The incident with the truck that I think will live for many of us forever. I was watching that on the MnDOT cameras in the State Emergency Operations Center in live time when it happened, and I was breathless as I watched it because I thought I was going to witness dozens or hundreds killed in the immediate crash, and then my fear was the intentional thought of detonating that truck. As it turned out, and I don't want to speak ahead of this, but the preliminary with the interviews of the driver was frustrated. They'll talk about how you close in sections, and he got ahead of that and why they were exiting people, and I'll let them talk about the details of that. But from the driver's perspective, he went around it, saw the crowd, went around the other cars. He did brake, is what you see. But I think the amazing thing in this story was, first of all, that no one was hurt. The crowd then responding, in many cases, just, I'm sure, adrenaline and fear and everything else was happening. But the driver noted afterwards, after he was told it didn't kill anybody, he noted that the crowd, the vast majority, were protecting him. The protesters were protecting the driver, who they had just seen appear to run into the crowd, because they realized how dangerous the situation was. And for those of you who are old enough to remember that horrific scene on that Los Angeles road during the Rodney King events where the driver was pulled from the vehicle and severely injured, peaceful protesters in Minneapolis and St. Paul protected this person even after what we saw appeared at the time to be an attempt to kill them. I think that speaks volumes again, and I'm grateful to be able to tell that, because I still am in shock of what I thought we might have to be talking about. I will note that event did have some disruptive impact on movement of folks last night, but it still worked out. I think, again, an amazing thing of no deaths, no injuries, and last night, report of one fire that is still under investigation, so can't be confirmed it was by this, and it was immediately extinguished.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.